after D.Pharm. Yes. Now, within 2 or 3 months, you will be a D.Pharm graduate. You will be completing your 2 years course in pharmacy, which is a diploma course in pharmacy, which you have taken up last 2 years, right? So now you have many choices, many options where you can go with. So directly not jumping to the higher studies, I'll take you through the various opportunities which are there after D.Pharm. So I'll take you through many opportunities which are there. So we'll start with first, what are the job opportunities after your D.Pharm? So very first thing, when you have entered into D.Pharm, you have thought that I'll be a registered pharmacist once I complete my course, right? So the first thing is you will register yourself under the State Council Pharmacy Council, and then you will be a registered pharmacist, which gives you a license to be an approved registered pharmacist, right? So the very first opportunity what you have with you is you can go with a retail pharmacy outlet, your own business. You can be an entrepreneur where you can have either you can have a pharmacy outlet, or you can have a wholesale business, or any small surgical shops you can have. But the requirement for all this, whether you have a own oriented business, the requirement is you need to have a good funding, you need to have a good location, and you need to have a good entrepreneurial skills. These are the 3 basic requirements. If at all you think that you have a good funding with you, so that you can own a place, you can have the setup for your retail outlet. If you have a good location means you need to have some hospital nearby, so that it will be a everyday activity where you will have the prescriptions in hand, and you can give your best to the patients through your medicine delivery, right? Then you need to have a good entrepreneurial skill. That is very true with respect to any entrepreneur, right? You need to have a good communication skill. You need to have good skill set with you, so that it gives the patient or the customer, I can say in that case, it gives the patient or the customer the right feeling to come to your shop and to get their medicines at their place. Right. So these are the first 3 requirements, and if you think you have these 3 requirements with you, that you have a funding, you have the location, good location where the flow of medicine will go on regularly, and you have a good entrepreneurial skill, then definitely you should go with the registered pharmacist shop outlet, right? Why I'm telling this, as our medicine counter is growing very fast, growing very rapidly, and it has a vast, I can say, it have good margins in all the medicines, and you can easily have a good life with a registered pharmacist. I have seen the medical shops with the counter of more than 50,000 per year. Right. So if you have this 3 location, funding, and entrepreneurial skills, if you have this 3, you can definitely go with the own personal pharmacy outlet. But in case if you don't have the funding, then you can go with some private clinics, you can go with drug stores, retail chains, yeah, you can go with community pharmacy, or we can go with hospital pharmacy. So what is the role over in this kind of private organizations or private medical units, right? You need to read the prescription which is given by the doctor. You need to see whether you have any kind of drug interaction. You need to check the drug interaction. If at all something is misleading in that, you can talk to the doctor which is there, right? Then you need to explain the patient the dosage regimen, the mode of administration, how you can administer the particular dosage form. Then you need to maintain the stock inventory. You need to check every day, and you need to maintain what is there and what is not there in the store. And then finally, you need to maintain each and every record in the store, so that it will be helpful for the store in charge. Apart from this 2 basic I can say opportunities after the D.Pharm, you have many options, many career prospects after D.Pharm, even in industries, whether it's a government industry or a private industry. You have multiple options. You have chemist and pharmacist, where you can have the compounding and dispensing of the medicine. Then you have a scientific officer, which looks after the small projects or small R&D projects which are there into the companies. You can just assist those projects. Then you have production executive, where the production executive, he or she just deal with the basic production department. Either he works in the production department, or he is a supervisor or is the instructor for the production unit. Then you can be a medical transcriptionist. Medical transcriptionist is and the person who deal with the doctor, I can say, and he transcribe whatever the doctor is telling. He convert it to the patient, and he's an I can say he's a middleman between the doctor and the patient. And you can be a technical supervisor, similar to your production executive, or in any department, whether it's a production, packaging, analysis. You can be a technical supervisor. You can be an assistant at that place, and you can be a medical representative. Medical representative, hope you all know that, as he is an representative who will talk to the doctor about the medicine, and the sales and other departments is under this medical representative. And you can be a pathological lab scientist, where there isn't scope for DPharm students, where they can assist in the lab testings, which is required for blood test and all this. Then you can be an R&D executive, where you can be an assistant in R&D process. Right? Then you have different opportunities in government sector as well. So, and lower levels in government sectors as food and drug inspector. You can be hospital drug coordinator, health inspector, drug therapist. And you, a pharmacist, also have opportunities in Indian Army, Navy, Air Force, in government hospitals. So in many cases, as such, when I see the job qualification, we can see that the requirement is there with the DPharm people as well, right? So it's not there. You can have just a medical shop and a retail shop, or a clinic, or the other drugstores where you can work. You have different small positions at industry and the government sector. But when it comes to I can say when it comes to actual, when I see the job qualifications, right, when I have seen the different job qualifications requirement at different positions in good industries, in good pharmaceutical sectors, I have seen, if I so this something is there for some organization, Pharma Solution. They need a qualification of the student as the MPharm in pharmaceutics. And in some cases, if I say the qualification requirement is MPharm, BPharm with some experience. Even when I say it's a key account manager, then the qualification requirement is either BSc or master degree or equivalent courses. Even when I say a senior executive production of packaging material, the requirement is B Pharma and M Pharma, right? Agreed. There are many positions with respect to pharmacists. When I search for a pharmacist position, the pharmacist can be an assistant pharmacist, clinical pharmacist, chief pharmacist, senior pharmacist, or simple pharmacist. It can be a chemist. But in all these cases, when we see the job qualification, the requirement by the industry, by the requirement by the hiring industry, the requirement is either BSc chemistry, if it is a lower level. If it is higher level, it is many a times it is BPharm or MPharm. Many a times it is BPharm or MPharm. Even in government positions, I'm telling you, yes, there are multiple government opportunities, and you can see many government ads coming up with the requirement for DPharm. Yes, but when I actually go inside and when I try to apply for those jobs, when we try to apply for those, so say for example, the Sifoi DPharma, or the job, even in office jobs for a pharmacist, the requirement when it comes to the education, if you can see here, it is BPharm or DPharm. Yes, even for this, you can see the requirement is BPharm or DPharm. Even the vacancy in Central Railway, which can be adopted if you are planning for a government job. Even the pharmacist, it is a DPharm and BPharm. So wherever you have the opportunities with respect to DPharm, except a hospital pharmacy or clinical pharmacy or a retail shop, except a retail shop, whenever you have any opening, whenever you have any vacancy, the option given is DPharma and BPharma, right? It is DPharm and MPharm. D Farm, B Farm, and M Farm. So everywhere you have a higher level, higher studies in between when it comes to the jobs, right? So if you are planning for your self distributorship or a unit or a pharmacy, then it's okay. If you are planning that, if you have that three important parameters, that if you have, you have funding, good funding, if you have a good location, something somewhere around surrounded by hospitals, right? If you have a good entrepreneurial skills, you should definitely go with that. It have good earnings, you can have a good life after a retail pharmacy as well. But if at all you think any one of the three is not fitting into your domain, into your area, then you definitely you should go with something other than D Farm. Why I'm telling this? If at all, say for example, I'm applying for a job at Central Railway, right? I have applied as a D Farm student, and one as a D Farm student and applied. Yes, in government jobs, other things are also considered, like the height, weight, and other things. But yes, the degree is the first choice, right? So when I will be in that market, when I will be in that position where I have a competitor of B Farm, obviously with respect to the hiring, the employer, I can say that yes, he'll employ a B Farm as compared to a D Farm. So there comes the competition between you and your B Farm or higher studies graduate, where you have the multiple options as job qualifications. Okay, so I hope you are understanding, students. जहां पे आपको लगता है कि you have good money, you have good skills, you can talk easily, you can have better communication with the society, with the patients, with the customers which are going to come at the unit. You think that you have a good location. मेरे आजू बाजू में 10-12 hospitals है, not 10-12, at least 3-4 good hospitals are there and they are running, right? You are in good position. Location is very important क्योंकि whenever you go for an hospital, right? जैसे आप hospital से बाहर आते हैं, you have a prescription in your hand, and once you are out of the hospital with that prescription, you try to search the nearby medical. It happens many a times, that right? The medicine which is prescribed by that particular doctor in that particular hospital is available in the nearby medical shops only, right? You must have come across this kind of situations, right? So whatever we think that yes, nearby medical rahega, so I'll take the medicine from there only, and then I'll proceed further, right? Then I'll go to my home, right? So that kind of thing, if it's there, I can assure you that you can have a good life. Yes, it's very simple that if you have a good location where you have a good medical, yes, the competition is going day and day, right? You can have multiple medical shops nearby, one the other. Now we can see with the growing need of medicine in the society, there are multiple multiple pharmacy units have been come up, right? So similarly with this that you have good these three requirements, you can definitely go with a medical shop. But if you have a doubt in that, and if you have a good if you need to have some extra thing, you need to go in industry and work, and you have a love towards our profession, your pharmacy profession, you can go ahead. You can think of more. If you are involved in R&D, if you need to go in academics, or if you need to have some good government jobs, right? Then in that case, these are the reasons why you need to go for higher studies. This should be the I can say inner voice who should take you to the higher studies. Once you are sure that you don't want a pharmacy retail outlet, you are not meeting the criteria for a pharmacy outlet, or you are not satisfied with that job, you don't want that job, you need to do something else, you need to get involved in proper production, you need to get involved in proper research and development, you need to be an academic. Many people like to have interaction with students, or have to have interaction with the new generation. You like teaching, you like explaining things, and you can go with academics. If you are planning with all this, then definitely you should go with the higher studies. Right now, higher studies in after D Farm, the one and the only solution what you see is the B Farm, Bachelor in Pharmacy. Right, the B Farm course. Once you are done with your D Farm, you and D Farm course, the 2 years course teaches you all bits and parts of your pharmacy, right? But at last, it's a diploma course. You need to complete it in just 2 years. It cannot be in detailed knowledge of everything. It gives you a knowledge with respect to what you require for a retail pharmacy. It gives you information, much more information about the drug interaction and that kind, where you can use those knowledge for dealing with the patients, for dispensing the medicine, right? But to go in detail will take you through the B Farm. So every chapter or every topic, every subject which you have learned in D Farm, you will be learning again into B Farm in detail. But D Farm to B Farm has one year less as compared to what normal B Farm students learn. So that is nothing but the lateral entry into the course. Lateral entry from your D Farm, you can directly get admitted to second year B Farm. The first year B Farm course is the basic course which you also learn in your D Farm as first year. Right, the first year B Farm course is very basic, and it is very similar to your 12th science as well. If you have 12th PCMB, so it will be the most of the syllabus will be very similar to that. And you have some inorganic chemistry, and you have some part of pathophysiology which you also learn in your D Farm. So that 1 year is minimized for a D Farm students, as he is in diploma, right? As he or she knows the basics of pharmacy, now he can enter into a bachelor course where he can directly admitted to the second year B Farm. So what is the requirement for this lateral entry? The only requirement is you should have the 50% in your D Pharma course, right? Right. Then you have one more terminology in this, that is B Farm, Bachelor in Pharmacy Honors. This Bachelor in Pharmacy Honors is an degree course in generally in Australian university. It is also a 4-year course which is taken up after the 12th. But this is generally in Australian universities. What is this honors? Honors is nothing but in this 4-year course. In this 4-year course, at the 4th year, is based upon what is your orientation towards the research, or what is your the score, academic score. In the 4th year, it is monitored very critically, and if you are good in your scores, and if you are good into your R&D project kind of thing is given, some research oriented things are given to you in your 4th year, and that 4th year is critically monitored with respect to your research capabilities. And after that 4th year, if you are capable of that, then a B Farm honors degree is given, where you need to do R&D for a year, right? For a year you need to get involved into research, you need to have some small projects, trainings with respect to the research. And then because of this training in Australian university, it monitors you, I can say it modify you with respect to the PhD. So directly from B Farm honors, you will be eligible for PhD, where in honors you are modified, you are shaped in the way to get acquainted to all the research prospects. Okay, so this is a course in Australian university, not much taken up, but yes, in Netherlands and in some countries it is still there. You can go with bachelor's in pharmacy honors. Right, one more course I have come across, that is bachelor in pharmacy Ayurveda. But now with Ayurveda taking up more this, even in normal B Farm, Ayurvedic topics are incorporated, right? And BMS. Ayurvedic doctors, right? They have a tough competitors for a B Farm bachelor in pharmacy Ayurveda, right? So it is a tough competition between Bachelor of Pharmacy Ayurveda and BMS. So now we don't have much institutes which give you a degree with Bachelors in Pharmacy Ayurveda. This is something new to your higher studies, that is degree in law after D Farm. Once you complete your D Pharmacy, that you have a basic knowledge of pharmacy, you can go with a degree in law. What this will help you? So it is nothing but a D Farm, 2 years course of D Farm, and then you can have an LLB course that is of a 3 year duration, right? And then you can have LLM if required. So this combination of pharmacy with law, it is hired in the pharmaceutical industry with litigation and IPR lawyers. They are hired as litigation and IPR lawyers. So whatever IP, patents and the procedures with respect to patents, right? All the intellectual property, whether it's a copyright or whatever copyright or any IP property of the institute, of the industry, it is taken care by this lawyer. Yes, so we have a position in the industry as litigation and IPR lawyers, where the requirement is D.Pharm with LLB. In this this position is also filled by the students which have the M.Pharm in regulatory affairs. Then students having certificate courses in regulatory affairs. You have master courses in regulatory affairs. Even those students can give a tough competition to this position, that is litigation and IPR lawyers. Right, but you have one kind of course after D.Pharm. So you have degree courses after D.Pharm as B Pharmacy and B Pharmacy honors, which is there in the Australian university. If you are planning for abroad, then you can have that. And one is the degree in law after D.Pharm. That is, you do a law course after your B.Pharm diploma course, right? And it will be a combination of pharmacy with a lawyer. Okay. Hope I'm clear, students. Any doubt in this?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So after this, you have your master courses. Once you are done with your B.Pharm diploma, then you have entered into your second year of B.Pharm. So you have done the three years of B.Pharm. You are now a bachelor. You have your bachelor degree, and now you can move ahead. If you are done with your B.Pharm, the opportunities which I have shown in you after D.Pharm, that open them more brightly for a B.Pharm students, right? Whatever opportunities I have shown you after D.Pharm, yes, obviously D.Pharm have the opportunities, but whenever I have compared the job qualification, it is giving me B.Pharm and D.Pharm. So obviously you will be now above your D.Pharm friends as you have done your B.Pharm. Once you are done with your B.Pharm, the choice is here. You can again go with the industry for different job positions, or you can go with the master courses. Right? The master courses include the very first is master in pharmacy, that is M.Pharm, where after your bachelor's degree, you can come directly with 50% of marks. It's a 2-year duration, and you have various specialization subjects. So whatever you have learned in your B.Pharm, whatever subjects related to pharmaceutics, with related to chemistry, with related to cognosy, ecology, whatever you have learned, even biotechnology, then you have your regulatory affairs, you have QA, whatever subjects you have learned, from those subjects, you can take up any one as your specialization subjects for your masters in pharmacy. Right, so you have different courses at different institute, different levels of teaching, where you have 2 years duration. 2 years, first year is completely devoted to learning, teaching and learning, where you will just learn the subject in detail, whatever superficial you have learned in your B Pharmacy, that in detail you will learn in that specialization first year. And in second year, you need to take up one project based on whatever specialization you have. Yes, it can be an interdisciplinary project, it can be a specialization project. So whatever you have to opt for with respect to your guide, with respect to your seniors, you need to take up one project, and you need to complete that project. You need to do that that project for complete 1 year in detail. You will go through the topic, and you will come out with some output of that project. Right, that project learning will be actually hands-on training for you people when you do that. That will be your own, right? So you will learn all the instrumentation in depth. You will go in each and every part of that part of the project, and you will come out with the, I can say, a good piece of R&D person to work in industry. Right now, here you is fully ready with respect to industry. Now you have, I can say you have sharpened up yourself good enough to work in an industry, to work in an academics, to work in any department in pharmaceutical sector. right? So here you can decide what actual specialization subject I can take up, what actual interests me, whether I'm interested in statistics or whether I'm interested in ecology, whether I should go with preclinical studies or whether I should go with a plant study, right? And extraction and all, identification, characterization. Where I have the interest, you can decide just after your B Pharm, and you can pursue your masters in pharmacy, right? So here you have I can say you are now ready piece for the industry to take up, and you can just opt for anything what you want, right? The thing is, whatever you do with your 100%, you will obviously take it, right? And we have different master courses after your B Pharm. You can also opt for PharmD, right? PharmD is completely patient oriented course, where after, if you go after your B Pharm, it's just a 3 years course. You can directly get admission to the 4th year PharmD course, and that is nothing but post baccalaureate course, where you have 2 years of your teaching and teaching learning, and 1 year of internship in the medicine. And if you directly go after your D Pharm and with your master course as Doctor of Pharmacy, PharmD course, it is very equal to what you take up after 12. It's a 6-year course where you have 5 years of teaching learning with 1 year of internship. So that is very similar. So if you do B Pharm and D Pharm, it will be 3 plus 3 years. Right? And even if you do PharmD directly after your D Pharm, it will be again 6 years. So whatever you choose, either B Pharm with D Pharm or directly D Pharm, it will be a 6-year course where you will have 5 years of teaching learning and 1 year of internship in the hospital, where you will work in different departments, and actually in front of you, you'll learn what is the adverse reaction, side effects and interactions, and you will deal with the patient. Okay. After that, once you have done with your masters, you have doctorate and postdoctoral courses. That depends upon what is your interest area. If you are really interested in research and development, if you are interested in doing research, continuing research after your diploma, degree, masters, then you can opt for your PhD in pharmaceutical sciences, PhD in pharmacy, different terminologies here, but it's a doctorate course, which is minimum of 3 years, where you have to work on the project, right? Obviously, it's a 3 years project, so the depth, the detailing of that project is much more important. And then you have postdoc in pharmaceutical sciences, similarly to postdoc in pharmacy and science and technology in different topic. But yes, it's a postdoc course with minimum of 2 years duration, right? So, any doubts, students? So these are the opportunities of higher studies which you can opt for after D Pharm. Right? Apart from what higher studies will give you, some additional information I wanted to give you about add-on courses or different certificate courses which are there. Right? There can be offline courses or there can be online courses. Offline courses, even our institute provides some offline courses. Right now, or everything is online, so I cannot say it's an offline course. Obviously, it's an online course, and yes, our institute provides some offline courses, and various other training centers or different institutes are there which provide offline courses, offline trainings, which either it's a month, it's of 3 months, month, or 6-month courses, where you'll actually you actually get exposed to different different concepts and different I can say instruments, equipments, whatever you choose to. You actually work in that for the given duration, and then you get a certificate for completing that particular course. So there are offline courses, there are online courses given by government. You have online courses by NPTEL SWAYAM, then you have online courses by Coursera. So just to give you highlight about NPTEL SWAYAM and Coursera, NPTEL SWAYAM, it's a project by MHRD. It's a no cost, there's no cost for learning the course from that NPTEL SWAYAM. You just need to register yourself. Once you register, you get your login ID and password. You can just go in and you can read whatever you want, whatever topic you want. It contains all the topics related to science, and it has personality development, courses, then it has soft skill courses. So whatever lacuna, whatever you find in yourself and you need to improve. So you can improve your English, you can improve your communication, you can improve your presentation skills, everything, whatever you think it will help me either for completing my course or either to grow myself, you can take up from this online courses which are available. In case of SWAYAM and PTL, the cost, there's no cost for learning. You can just register for the course. You can download all the study materials. There are multiple videos based on weeks or a months, right? So you can download those course study materials. You can read. You can give the assessments which are there. And if you think you need a certificate for that, then yes, you need to do the registration for exam. And for that you need to pay some 1,100 fees, something around 1,000 to 1,100 fees is there. You need to pay that fees. You'll get an exam I can say examination center. You need to go and give the exam. It can be online, offline, objective, subjective, many options are there. That kind of exam you need to give, and if you qualify with the given set of levels, then you will get a certificate. Yes, the courses are also for 4 weeks or 12 months. It can be a month course or it can be a 4 months course. Whatever you select, the detail of the course is already given before you actually start with the course, before you actually register with the course. Even the course content, what you are going to learn in that course is given in that NPTEL service. With respect to second online course, you have Coursera, which is American massive open online course. This is again an online platform where you can have different certificate courses. The monthly subscription, this Coursera needs a monthly subscription of 5,000 rupees. Again, it is 4 to 12-week courses. You have different courses of different levels, all science courses, all overall personality development courses, soft skill development courses, everything is there even in this Coursera unit. The advantage of Coursera over NPTEL SWAYAM, I'll tell you, is self-paced. Coursera is nothing like, in case of NPTEL, what happens is if it's a week activity, at the end of the week, you need to give the assessment and you need to submit it before some given deadline. But in case of Coursera, there's no deadline for any activity. You can start in the morning, you can give the exam in the afternoon, you can start the second course in the evening, you can give the exams. Once you read the content, you can give the exam. That is nothing but a self-paced. So Coursera is a self-paced online platform, whereas NPTEL, it have deadline. If it's a week course, it will give you a week content. Then you need to read those week content. Then you need to give the exam. Again, the second week content will be displayed, and that way you need to go with the NPTEL certification. There are some plus and minus in NPTEL depending upon the course which you are opting. So there is plus minus. In some cases, you have all the exams at the end. In some cases, you have weekly exams. So that kind of thing is there in NPTEL. But in Coursera, it is almost every day. Whenever you are free, whenever you have time, whenever you think you can take up, you can just go log in. You can just have your registration and you can just go with the course. You can give the exam whatever time you want, whatever day you want. Okay. The best part of this Coursera is now our institute is having a free membership of this Coursera course, and you just need a link for this. If you have that link, free of cost, you will get all the courses in the in your. So whatever course you like, you can just go ahead with without any charges. Without any charges, you can just go ahead with the course and get. Once you complete your course, you will get an certificate. Okay. Again, one thing I need to differentiate between NPTEL and Coursera is this Coursera course is given by different universities across the globe, whereas this NPTEL course is majorly it is given by the IIT institutes, right? So it is majorly, I can say it is majorly focused in the in India, whereas Coursera is given by different universities across the globe. So you can take up this courses as it is free of cost, where you need to pay 5,000. Now it's available free of cost. So you can take up this course and you can have much more certificates to your credit, to your profile. That will obviously help you for your higher studies. If you are planning for higher studies abroad after your BPharm, then you can go ahead. Even that will be helpful for you people, right? So that way you can add on all the certificates for your resume. The only thing which I need to tell you all is the dreams and dedication are the powerful combination to achieve success. You need to dream what you want. You need to have dedication towards it. Once you decide that, yes, this is my dream, I need to work on it. If I work on it with 100% of my energy, obviously the success will be yours. Whatever you choose, you will be achieving that with your dedication, and hope you get all your success for your this whatever you choose, whether you choose for job, whether you choose for higher studies, it will give you the energy, it will give you the positivity to do it. Choose by yourself, don't choose by anyone, choose by yourself, go ahead with whatever decision you have taken. Whatever you will do, you will obviously grow in your life. Okay, thank you so much. Happy New Year. Any questions if you have? Hope you have understood what I was trying to tell you people.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it was beneficial
Yes,
for
ma'am.
people.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
questions if you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Students, you can ask your questions, if any. I have, ma'am, with your permission, I have one thing to add. Sejal, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not really sure. I missed a little bit part of your presentation. There is one course called BPharm Pharmacy Practice.
That is not as much accepted nowadays, similar to BPharm Ayurveda, as you have good competitors for MPharm pharmacy practice. You have a course after your BPharm and your masters that you have pharmacy practice. So it gives a tough competition when it comes to that. And plus you have PharmD students coming up in high numbers, I can say. So those are good competitors.
Yes. But to my knowledge, there is one course. So suppose after your diploma, you have a experience as a hospital or a community pharmacist for 4 years. Then as a bridge course, PCI does offer a BPharm practice course, which you can take up if you are interested to upgrade your knowledge. And ultimately, it will be a BPharm practice course. So you will get a certificate of that. So after, suppose you complete your diploma and you have 4 years of experience as a community or a hospital pharmacist, and you want to upgrade your knowledge, you are sure that you want to go in the same field, you can take up this course also, which is approved by Pharmacy Council of India, which is BPharm practice course. Yeah. But for that, minimum requirement is that you should have minimum 4 years of approved experience as a hospital pharmacist or as a community pharmacist. So that is one additional course which you can take up if you are interested. But yes, as ma'am said that many PharmD students are also there. But yes, this is one course which you can take up if you want to upgrade in the same field of pharmacy practice, that is community pharmacy or hospital pharmacy. Any more questions from students? Students, language is not a barrier. You can ask in any language, Hindi, English.
Yes, I can understand Marathi as well.
So you can ask in any language.
Yes.
The purpose of this session is just for you people to have an idea of.
You already had an interaction with Vishwajit Chilke, right? If I'm not wrong with the name, right? So you already had a discussion. So students do opt for higher studies, right, from diploma, degree, masters, and PhD. You have very good opportunities when you obviously with high knowledge, extra knowledge, deep knowledge. You can obviously go with good opportunities, right? You can take up higher studies. Always a good option after your DPharm. As I'm a part of your institute, only you can ask anytime any questions. If not, not directly, you can just text me anytime. That is true with all teachers as such.
How many of you are planning for higher studies now that you're about to just complete your second year? I think many of you might have made up your mind with respect to. So how many, you can just raise your hand so we get an idea how many of you are actually sure that you want to go for higher studies. So ma'am, quite a few number is there who are sure that they want to go for
I don't think
higher
it will be
studies.
few number.
Around maybe
I'm expecting out of 95, which I can see, I'm expecting more than 50%.
15, 20 students are sure that they are going for higher studies. Others are maybe still thinking what they want to do. So I think your presentation was really nice. So they have understood everything and they have no doubts.
Students, any doubts? Richa Verma?
No, sir.
No. Purva?
No,
Additionally, you can just have a look at the CET website and check the cutoff list for lateral entry. So that will give you a fair idea about it, the admission process and all that. Of course, now everything is quite haywire, but yes, that will give you little bit information of the past admissions.
Still, I can see only 20 students raising hand for higher studies. But I thought it must be more than 50% who are opting for higher studies. I was under that impression. Good. But students, it's high time now. You have just 2 months left. You can decide now what you want to go, either higher studies or with job. I've given you the mantra. I can say this three important parameters which you surely should take up if you are planning for any self business. If you are planning for any retail pharmacy, you should go ahead, and if not, go ahead with higher studies. Plan accordingly. Whatever you plan, it should be your decision. Obviously, you should take opinions of everyone, but whatever you plan, you should have. I can say you should have interest in that, and you should take up with your interest only. So whatever you plan, you just go ahead. And yes, now it's high time you need to decide. Now start reading, start looking into various websites which are available. Start interacting with people's entrepreneurs who have taken up jobs after D-Farm or higher studies people. Go on interacting, and only then you will find the way what you need to offer. Or at the end, you will be always confused, and whatever will come up to you, you will just take it up. So if you don't want that last minute confusion and taking whatever comes to you, you need to start thinking right from now. So you have good time to think now, I guess. So already done with your academics, everything is done from institute side. You are ready with everything now. You can just have more, थोड़ा और ताक झाक कर सकते हो आप आराम से देखो, बहुत सारे लोगों से बातें करो,